Hello guys, myself Nirmal Sangare, Chemistry Department, SKSP College, Langwa. Today we discuss a new analytical method, thermometric titration, which is a part of thermal method. Now here we discuss the principle, instrumentation and application of thermometric titration. Now first we discuss the principle of thermometric titration method. When stoichiometric amount of reactant are reacts with each other, then there is a heat generation or change in temperature of reaction system takes place. This change in temperature gives us the end point or equivalence point of that reaction. This is a simple basic principle behind thermometric titration method. Now, in this case, when and only when stoichiometric amount of reactants are react, then only the change in temperature occurs. If any reactant is added in excess, so there is no change takes place. So this method is highly accurate, highly sensitive method. Now next we discuss the instrumentation of thermometric titration method. Now this diagram which is on our screen is diagram of our thermometric titration method. It contains different apparatus: motor driven burette, Dewar flask, motor driven stirrer, DC bridge circuit with thermistor, recorder. Now in this diagram the main part is that Dewar flask which maintain the system in adiabatic condition. Here we want to study the change in temperature, hence the adiabatic maintenance of adiabatic condition is necessary. Then second part is a burette which contain a reservoir where titrant is stored, and by using motor driven system here titrant is added in our sample solution. Both are mixed by using motor driven stirrer. Then DC bridge circuit with thermistor it used to study the change in temperature, and lastly the recorder which record the signals. It gives us different graphs. Now in next point we discuss the application of thermometric titration method. These are different application. This first graph is a graph for titration, acid base titration, weak acid strong base. Second one is for complex somatic titration. Third one is example of strong acid strong base titration. And fourth one, reaction of zinc with our sodium tartarate. Now we discuss all these points in details. Now first example, the acid base titration, weak acid versus strong base. Now here we use boric acid as a weak acid and NaOH is our strong base. Now during titration, when we added NaOH in boric acid, the temperature, change in temperature or temperature of system is increase, which increase rapidly. So we get this increasing, this first line is in increasing order, and after the titration complete all the boric acid is reacts with NaOH. Then when excess NaOH we added, the dilution of NaOH takes place, and during this course of titration there is no change in temperature occur, so obviously cooling of our system takes place. So here we get the second part of that graph is downward line, and here we get the end point easily. Here we get end point of the titration easily, and we get accurate end point. This is the first example, titration of weak acid and strong base. Now second example is titration of strong acid and strong base. During this titration we get three lines in our graph. First AB, which shows slight increase in temperature, which is due to the exchange of heat with surrounding system, exchange of heat between system and surrounding. Then second line BC, where actual NaOH addition takes place in our strong acid HCl. So production of heat takes place, change in temperature here occur, which is sharp. So here get sharp increase. Then there next point is CD, where slight increase here occur, which is due to the dilution of excess NaOH. So here we get endpoint easily. This is example of acid-base titration, strong acid and strong base. Now next example is of our complexometric titration. Here we analyze sample individually or in combined form also. The example is analysis of calcium and magnesium simultaneously. Here first calcium is reaction with EDTA, which is exothermic reaction, so we get increase in our graph. Then after completion of titration of calcium, the magnesium reacts with EDTA, which is endothermic reaction, so here we get decrease in temperature, change in temperature, and after completion of reaction we get constant temperature. So here we get easily endpoints. Here we get endpoints easily. This is a complex example of complexometric titration reaction thermally, or thermometric titration complexometric complexometric titration. Now next example, reaction between zinc and disodium tartarate. Here zinc reacts with disodium tartarate in two stages. So here we get two endpoints or two endpoints, and by using this endpoint we can analyze zinc easily. These are the application of our thermometric titration method.